G'day, I'm Adrian from Using Technology Better, and I'm bringing you the latest updates inside the Microsoft world that you can use straight away to make your life just that little bit easier. Now, I'm looking at how we can apply the new changes to Microsoft Stream straight into your classroom. Now, I don't know if you realize, but Stream got updated, just before Christmas. Now, when you open up Stream by coming to your apps launcher on the left-hand side here, and then coming down and finding Stream, if you can't see it down here in your list, just click on the All Apps here and then you can search for it. Now, once you've got Stream open, you can check to see whether you've got the new version, because up the top here, it will say, welcome to Stream on SharePoint. Now, this is the new version, which allows you to do a couple more things that you didn't used to be able to do before, which makes it even better for the classroom. So let's jump into a demo. Now, I'm going to do a screen share plus record myself in that screen share plus record the screen at the same time. So let's just see how that goes. So if I come up to the new button here and go to new recording, it will open up a window that looks basically like this. When we're in this window, we have a couple of options. What it first does is it looks for all the equipment that we've got plugged into our machine and starts kind of using it. So you can see here, I'm using another kind of camera here, so you can see me twice, which is a little bit scary. Now, across the top here on the right-hand side, we can come into here and come to our camera vision, and we can pick which camera we want to use, which is that one there, which is pretty cool. But also notice that you've got a teleprompter add. So what you can do is write a script beforehand, load this into Stream, and then play it, and it will roll in front of your eyes, and as you're looking straight at the camera, the words will be there, so you can actually read it without actually having your eyes drop up and down, which is really cool. But in the classroom, the way I would use Stream, or the way I've used it before, is to create instructions for students. So when they actually have to do a project or a longer task, they can jump to whichever bits they need to be able to access that learning. Because sometimes if they've got, say, something like auditory processing issues, or just kind of get distracted as you go rolling through, or you're giving too much information, they only want to get little snippets at a time. So if you're doing a project, you can actually explain how to do the project, how to write the introduction, and all those kind of things, and break it into chapters, because chapters is a new thing that's been issued into here, plus a whole plethora of other things. So let's have a quick Dance Mix version, and then I'm going to show you how chapters works. So play in this space because it's really cool. Okay, across on the right-hand side, we've got a couple of things we can do in here. We've got a little one down the bottom here, which enables us to put a board on the right-hand side of our screen. So if I drop that on now, it will put this board on my screen and drop it on the right-hand side of my screen for me. I can choose which board I want to have. Let me say I want this one here. And then I have this board on the right-hand side of my screen where I can annotate, point to, drop other things in here, because I've also got the ability to come on this icon here and do some drawing, which means that I can draw in here really easily. Now, if I've got a pen-enabled device, I can do that a little bit better. Anyway, so that's how that bit works. Now, let me just drop out of here. And you might see that this is lagging a little bit. Now, the reason it's lagging is because I'm running two cameras into one computer, and it's trying to work out which one to use, so it's just using it up a bit. If I only had one camera, this is absolutely seamless and works super quickly. So that's just kind of why it works this way. So let's get rid of that board, because we don't want that board anymore. And let's come back to just some other features we've got in here. We can drop a background in here, we can put a border around us, we can also do some nice filters, and we can drop some text in here as well. But I really want to get rid of, let's get rid of this here and go no board. Cool. And notice that it still leaves the ink there. I can come into here and just delete that out of there. All right, so let's pretend that I've got a, I've already prepared a PowerPoint, and I want to be able to share that with my students, but run through the project that they're going to do. So down the bottom here, you've got an ability to share your screen. Now, when you click on record screen, it's going to start your screen recording in here. Might want to check where my microphone's coming from, making sure I've got the right mic here. Yep, cool. And then go start your screen recording. It will ask you which screen you want to capture. So I'm going to grab this one here, go share. Then it gives me a countdown, and I can jump into my window here, and now I can talk about this presentation. So we're doing a project on your renewable energy, everyone. It's really cool. And what I need you to do is we need to set it up like a project. So you need to have an introduction, you need to have your body and your research that you're going to do, plus your conclusions, plus your graphics, and plus all the other information you need to do, including the referencing. So let's scroll through here and have a look. So this is how the introduction will look. You need to kind of jump into this space here and make sure that you are adding the bits and pieces that you need in this space, and then therefore kind of building it out to be what you want it to be. Now in the next bit, which is the body, this is where you explain the introduction. So you pose that question in the introduction, and now you're going to go through systematically and explain why you think or what you have found from your research. Now make this really kind of step by step. You start with a paragraph at each point you want to make, add in diagrams, add in going your references and any calculations you need to be able to prove your point. Now once you've done this, you can then come down to here, and this is your conclusion. That's where you're drawing all the things together and showing the person that you've just written the project to what you have found and justifying that. Now be careful not to repeat everything you've done in the body, because that's probably not appropriate as well. Alrighty, so that's it. So once we've done that, we can come down to the bottom here and go stop sharing. It's automatically going to save it for us, and it will save it into our stream. So if I jump back into my other spot in here, there it is there. You'll see that it's all ready to go and it's looking pretty good. I can edit it a bit here by trimming it. I can drop some music in there if I want to, but because this is an instructional video, I also have my face down the bottom here, which is really handy for my students. When I come to publish, it will now publish this to stream and be ready to go. Cool. Now it's dropping it into your files, putting it inside your stream, it's uploading it into OneDrive, all ready to go. So now you can actually edit it. Now the beauty of this is, now that we're in this space, you can share this with anyone inside your environment or anyone outside of your environment. So let's have a look at a couple of things we can do in here. Up the top here, we've got our video settings, and this enables us to create a thumbnail, to do a bit about the video, add a transcript from captions, which is probably pretty good to do, which is nice. And remember to pick your language, because otherwise it might get a bit kind of concerned. And then what this will do in the background is it will now create a transcript for you, which means it adds to the accessibility. But this is the bit that I wanted to show you, is underneath transcript, down the bottom here is a thing called chapters. Now, when you click on the chapters and turn it on, it opens up a window like this. It doesn't really change anything, but what chapters allows you to do is to segment up your video. So now that we've got that there, if you click on over here to chapters, you get to a window that looks like this. Now you can come back here with your little cursor and say, well, my first chapter is going to start in here. And it's actually here, it's going to be the introduction. It's going to start at that 3-second mark. And that's when I start talking about the introduction. I come across to here and go add. I can name it. Got our introduction, we go tick. And then remember the next thing we talked about was our body. Well, we come rolling across here, pick up, this is a bit where we talked about the body. Let's just pause it there. So we're about here. That's where we want to go. It's about the 24-second mark. So we can add another chapter. Tick that off. And then we want to come down, we know the conclusion's around here at the 1-minute mark. Add a new chapter. You can add in there. So now you can see as we are going through, we are segmenting that video up. So when our students jump into it, they have the full access to all the chapters. They can click on what chapter they need to see at what time and takes them exactly to that point in time in the video. And the beauty of this is when that's been done, when they are clicking through the chapters, the transcript will appear as well. So there you go. That's what is new inside Microsoft Stream. It means that you've got so much more functionality in this space to make the videos for your classroom even more engaging and even better for the students. But if you think about it around the other way, students can now prepare a video presentation for you and you can go through the chapters, you can look at the transcript, all those things that will help you assess that task even easier for you. Give it a shot. I reckon you'll find it's absolutely fantastic.